Yes, guys, moving to the second type of market structure, that is what known as imperfect competition. Imperfect. Imperfect stands for there is no perfectly competitive market. In all these market structures, there are some type of imperfections. In the sense, there are three categories of imperfect competitive market. The first one is that monopoly. Second one is that monopolistic competition. The last one is that oligopoly. There are three categories of imperfect competition. The first one is that monopoly, second one is that monopolistic competition, last third one is that oligopoly market. See, the first one is monopoly. The word meaning is very clear. Mono stands for single, poly stands for seller. So monopoly is a market at which there is only a one single seller. He is deciding the market mechanism, entire market. So a single seller is controlling the entire business, where all the consumers are depending on a single seller. For example, think about Indian Railway. Now they are thinking about privatization, but think about Indian Railway up to a certain extent. We are approaching railway because of that pricing policy. See, a single seller have the right for controlling the entire market. For example, our Kerala State Electricity Board, they are providing power supply for us. They have the monopoly for issuing power supply in entire Kerala. That is the monopoly power. That power can be getting from different sources. That can be legal monopoly, natural monopoly, something by the way of government patent and copyright. See, if you think about some companies, Godrej and all, in 1960s and 70s, they have the patent for providing refrigerators for Indian market. They have their patent. So there are so many companies are acquiring patent. So patent can be a source of getting monopoly. So naturally getting some monopoly, legal monopoly, patent monopoly. So all these are the different categories or source of getting monopoly. So monopoly have some features. See, the first thing is that a single seller. Monopoly market have the first feature is that single seller and large number of buyers. All the buyers are depending on a single seller. The second thing is that price discrimination. Most important feature, price discrimination. As a monopolist, he may charge different price from different consumers for the same product. Think about our power supply system of KCB, how they are charging or levying tariff. Household, they are charging almost like 2 rupees 60 paise per unit electricity. The same electricity used by an industrialist or a workshop or something like a business organization, they have to give more than 7 rupees per unit. Same electricity used by 11 kV lines or whatever source they are using for giving power supply. Almost same product, but what is happening? Depending upon the purpose, depending upon the usage, they are charging different rate. For example, in your house itself, you are using more less than 200 units per month, you are getting a different rate. If the person those are using more than 200 units per month, they are charging with a different slab rate. So charging different price for the same product from the different consumer. That is exactly price discrimination. It can be based on usage, based on time, based on the level of different region. There are different variety of discrimination. The third one is that revenue maximization. As a monopolist, he is believing on revenue maximization. The another one is that most important, no close substitute. We cannot say that there are substitute like solar, but they are not clearly close substitute, because if you want to install solar panel, it requires more than 3 to 4 lakhs rupees. But for getting electricity connected, it just require an amount of 2000 rupees or 2000 rupees as a part of their caution deposit. So depending upon the price level, there is no close substitute. So think about railway system we are using. If you want to travel from here to Trivandrum, you are giving an amount of 400 or 500. If you are approaching a flight, it is more than rupees 3000 or 4000. There is a huge difference. That is what we are telling, there is no close substitute. So first one, single seller. Second one, price discrimination. Third one, revenue maximization. Next one, yes, no close substitute. Then the principles of pricing. We are following a system of, we are the price maker. We are the price maker. Then the next thing is that government is somewhat controlling the market. So this is the basic features regarding your monopoly market. Come back to pricing system. When you are moving to the pricing system, the same condition you have to follow, because monopoly market or perfect competitive market conditions are same, primary and secondary. So what was the primary? Yes, price is fixing a point at which MR is equating with MC. P is equal to MR is equal to MC. Secondary condition, MC is intersecting AC at its minimum. So in a monopoly market, as we know that there is only one single seller. Only one single seller. So there is no need of think about two market pricing, either short or long. Whether it is short or long, we are getting only a single seller. So a single diagram is enough for think about pricing. That is what we are getting a downward sloping revenue function. See, MR, AR, it is downward sloping. Because when we are selling more volume of output, the revenue portions keep on increasing. That is what the gap between MR and AR is extending or widening. That is what a downward sloping. Then think about the cost function as usual, U-shaped average cost and a tick mark. Tick mark in the sense marginal cost is almost like a tick. See, tick mark, marginal cost. Both are touching a point where the point at which MR is touching with EMC. That point is known as point of equilibrium. The point at which MR is touching on EMC. See, from that point, for getting the price level, we have to draw the line up to the base of average revenue. That is connecting to price level and output level. So, price, output, intersection. Then think about the minimum cost level where with the point at which AC is minimum. The U shape is minimum. That is the point where we are getting cost factor. That area is shaded as a part of profit. So, total revenue function minus cost function, that is the region of profitability. The profit earned by the monopolist is known as supernormal profit. Because in a monopolist market, he is only one seller, he can think about profit maximization. So, only one diagram is enough regarding monopoly because there is only one single seller in short run as well as in long run. So, what is monopoly? Source of monopoly, features of monopoly and pricing under monopoly market.